What is up, guys? Old Names here, back for another video, and I just got back from a little mini vacation. We just went for the weekend, but right next to the hotel I was staying at, basically, there was a Micro Center. So, you know, naturally being the PC gamer I am, I meandered on over there, and just was checking out some of the prices of stuff. You know, just thinking about maybe doing an upgrade. I was heavily consider. I was heavily considering upgrading to a Ryzen 6 core part and maybe like a B350 board with some DDR4, of course. But it would have been that, or I was thinking about upgrading my GPU. And I was just looking at all of this stuff, and I was like, I can't afford any of this. Well, like, theoretically, if I put every single dime I've saved together, I could buy it. But it would leave me with very little like spending money left to like go get food with my friends and stuff. So I just didn't really want to do that. And I was just thinking about it. I was seeing all of these absurdly high prices, particularly on RAM and video cards. Most of the CPUs and stuff were on sale, so that there are actually good prices for that. But yeah, it just made me think like this would suck if I didn't have a gaming PC, and now was the time I was really wanted to get into PC gaming, because I would never build a PC right now, or if I was stupid enough and I just knew absolutely nothing, like I did when I originally built my current gaming PC back in 2014. I basically was right in the middle of the Bitcoin mining craze back then, or Litecoin, or whatever it was. There was a GPU shortage, and I think I massively overpaid for my 960. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm fairly sure that's what happened. Or like maybe the 960 wasn't out yet. It was like right after that ended and GPU prices were still fluctuating a bit. Something like that. All I know is I overpaid a lot for some of my parts, which is fine. Like my PC performs well enough for me and stuff. But I just wanted to give 5 reasons you shouldn't build a gaming PC right now. And we're just going to get right into this video right here, but before I do, please go down and smash the like button, and also make sure you get subscribed if you aren't already for more gaming and tech content. So getting into number 1, right now, RAM pricing is absolutely absurd. For any new chipsets, that being AM4 or any of the Intel recent ones, Skylake or Kaby Lake, if you're going to buy one of those CPUs, you're going to need DDR4 RAM. That's just how it works. And it's just really overpriced right now. It's like upwards of $50 to $60 just for 8 gigabytes. And we're going to see maybe the price is going even higher. There's just a massive shortage going on here. I'll link all the stories here in the description as well if you want to read more into it. But basically, there's kind of a transition in RAM manufacturing, and right now there's just a shortage. That's all there is to it. Prices are going up, and if you want to buy a kit of DDR4 right now, you're gonna have to pay. Even DDR3 is not super cheap right now, but DDR4 in particular is pretty awful, and it's just an awful time to be buying DDR4, and particularly if someone's building a new PC right now or upgrading to a modern chipset or platform. The thing is, you're going to need DDR4, and with these prices being so high, it's just not really a great time to do that. Okay, so it used to be $60 to $70 for a 16 gigabyte kit, 2x8 dual channel. And they noticed, PC Gamer noticed that their build, like on PC Part Picker, was just going up, and they didn't really know why. And then they checked, and this is like the price history. Now it's This article is slightly, it's a little bit old. It's from October of last year, so it's going on a year old soon. And we see here that this graph basically shows us how horrible the RAM prices have gotten. Particularly from Newegg, I think it started at the lowest there, and now it's just terrible. Like, it started off for $55, all the way up to $90, and that's really only gone up. And to me, this is just amazing that in only April of last year, you could pick up a kit of 16 gigabytes of DDR4. It's only 2400 megahertz, but that's still DDR4. It's still enough to get you up and running. It's a lot of RAM. 16 gigabytes is more than enough for gaming. you would only need $55. That's what you pay for one stick of 8 gigabytes right now. It's just terrible. So it's an awful time to upgrade to DDR4 or a platform that requires DDR4, and that is like easily one of my 5 reasons why you shouldn't build a PC right now. My next reason why you shouldn't build a PC right now is because of graphics card pricing. Now, basically, if you guys are into cryptocurrencies or know anything about them, there's this new one, or I don't know if it's really that new, but it's becoming a lot more popular as of late, called Ethereum. And basically, it has some advantages over Bitcoin. I don't know that much about it, and I'm not going to pretend like I understand it like an expert. But essentially, it's back at that point where a long time ago, GPUs, gaming graphics cards in particular, used to be profitable for Bitcoin mining. That kind of got phased out, and now ASICs are the optimal way. But it's basically the same thing how it was however many years ago when this occurred. And people are buying gaming graphics cards. It used to be just from AMD. AMD's gotten all sold out now, and now they're turning to the NVIDIA cards, namely like the 1060 range, a little bit of the 1070, but mostly the 1060. And basically, they're buying all of them up, and gamers now have to pay absurdly high prices for cards that MSRP way under that. So for example, this is on Newegg.com. For a brand new RX 580, you're going to be paying $739. You know what you can get with that? A GTX 1080 Ti. This is so absurd. I just can't even express how ridiculous this is. These prices are insane. And eBay, it's better compared to that, but it's still not even that better. Look, it's $485, and this isn't even done bidding. Like, it's so awful what's going on here. And if you are trying to buy a GPU right now, it's just a terrible climate. And you see, eBay's even advertising for Bitcoin mining. So what I would do in this situation is wait for AMD and NVIDIA. They're making dedicated mining cards, right? So once they push those out, that should satisfy the miners, get them off the gamers' backs. And now gamers, or not now, but when that happens, gamers should be able to pick these cards up for relatively stable prices. But who's going to care? Because by the time these prices stabilize, the next generation might be out, especially for AMD. Like, once I can get an RX 580 for $250 again, I might be able to get a Vega card for $250 that whoops in performance. So you don't really know with this. I think Polaris is kind of done at this point with the imminent release of Vega, combined with the fact that no one in their right mind, for gaming I mean, would buy RX 580 or 480, 470, 570, any of them. No one would buy one of those at these prices just for gaming. It just does not make sense. I don't know how they're so good at Ethereum mining, and I feel like I should be kicking myself for not buying one a few months ago when I was seriously considering it. I had like a bunch of Amazon gift cards, and I would have only really had to pay like $200 of my own money. Not $200. I would have only really had to pay like $75 to $100 of my own money if I sold the Doom code that came with it. And then I would have had one of these cards, and I could have either resold it for a ton of money or done this mining thing myself and made some money. I don't know how it works, but it just makes me... I just hate it so much. And you can probably sound that I'm like actively irritated / angered by this. My third reason you should not buy a PC right now is because of the release of new parts. And in particular, that would probably be RX Vega at this point. So with PCs, it's always hard because if you buy parts now, you're worried they're going to be outdated in a month. That's always what's on my mind when I'm considering buying some new hardware. And in this case, if you were, say you're crazy enough, you have $700, and for some reason you're absolutely insane, and you buy one of these for $740. Okay, this is purely hypothetical. It sounds kind of stupid, but say that happens, you're going to be outdated in approximately a month when Vega releases at some conference, SIGGRAPH. And like Vega's kind of already getting in the works. They're sending them out to the add-in board partners. That means there's going to be overclocked models with better coolers, stuff like that. You know, the works. It's just going to be better cards, and that's the thing with PC hardware. You just want to time your purchases so that you're not going to get outdated in a week. That's all I can say. And particularly right now, summer 2017, I would not buy a Polaris card for a multitude of reasons. The last part is one whole reason on its own. But even if they were $250 per se at MSRP, I still probably would hold off just to see what Vega has to offer. And yeah, I mean, this is always something to consider. Pay attention to like the release rumors or the confirmed release dates before you're gonna buy some hardware, because the last thing you want to do is drop a fat stack of cash on that shiny new CPU or GPU just to hear that Intel, Nvidia, AMD, please get out of here. Just to hear that Intel, AMD, Nvidia is releasing a brand new one that will destroy what you just purchased for even less money. Blah blah blah. You just don't want that to happen. So be careful when you're purchasing hardware, and make sure you're kind of like, make sure you're not purchasing too late into the product cycle unless the prices are too good to pass up. My fourth reason for not building a PC, and some of you might disagree with this fundamentally, and that's fine, because if you're PCMR, then you would always buy a PC over this thingamajig right here. But my fourth reason is the Xbox One X, and that is simply because for $500, Microsoft is promising you a 4K capable console. Now, we don't know if that's true 4K all of the time. It might be that checkerboard stuff, but still, it looks good. You know, the games look really good. I'm gonna fully admit that, even though I'm a PS4 guy. When I'm on console, I'm PS4, but I prefer PC as my main platform. I will admit the games look good. They look better than PS4 Pro. And so far, Microsoft has shown a demo of Forza, I believe, running 60 FPS 4K on an Xbox One X, and that's just kind of amazing performance. And if that's like the kind of stuff that they're going to bring to some other games, then it might not necessarily even make sense with all these crazy GPU prices and stuff. You might just pick up an Xbox One X. I know some of the PCMR guys watching this video right now are just absolutely rolling their eyes at this, but it does offer, admittedly, it's expensive for an Xbox, but it offers some decent value if 4K, true 4K, is what you're getting. Now, this remains to be seen as to what it's going to be. I assume Digital Foundry, when this comes out, is going to have, like, thousands of videos on the Xbox One X, and they're going to do, like, the frame times, the frame rates, all that stuff. So I hope that they will be able to analyze this better and see whether it's like 4K 30. If it's true 4K 30, this still might be a better value than building a $500 PC. But if it's like checkerboarded 4K 30, you might still just want to go for a gaming PC. But I would say wait to see what the Xbox One X has in store, because if it does promise better value, especially at the new technologies like 4K and HDR, if it's a better value than a gaming PC, then this hypothetically could be a perfectly valid reason to not build a gaming PC. My fifth reason is not really like a super tangible one based off of like news stories or facts or anything, but like if you wait, you'll always save up more money. It's just inevitable. Like, you always have more chances to get more money, whether it be like you get a new job or you get a new paycheck or it's payday or whatever. If you wait, you'll have more money to spend on your PC. It seems kind of trivial, but I mean, so for example, I already said I was at Micro Center. I was thinking of upgrading my PC. I decided to hold off, and as soon as I got off the plane, well, not as soon, but I got home, right? I'm playing in my yard, playing some soccer, and my next door neighbor is like, "Oh, I see you're back. I'm leaving on vacation soon, and I'll pay you to water my plants and like take care of the house and stuff." So for me, just completely by chance, and this is kind of lucky, but it just made me think about it, I saved all my money by not buying anything at the Micro Center, and then subsequently I was offered, it's not like a full-time job, but it's a way to make a little bit of cash that I could contribute to an upgrade in the future. And that just made me think, you know, if you aren't happy with what you can get with your current amount of money, just wait. Just save up more money until you have enough money to buy what you want. That's as simple as it is, guys. Don't feel like you need to upgrade if you just want to play one game at 4K. Say like the sequel to your favorite game is coming out and you need to play it and your PC's not fast enough. just wait to upgrade until you have enough money to upgrade to what you want to upgrade to. You don't want to like half-ass an upgrade and then just have to upgrade again later because you didn't just save up. It's usually more economical to just save up all of your money for one big upgrade rather than do like half of what you want to get to, sell that because the value of what you upgrade to will depreciate just to upgrade again in the future. So my recommendation, and this is actually like worked out for me at least in the short term, is just save your money if you don't have enough money to get what you want, and save until you have enough to get what you want, because you would never want to be less than 100% happy with a PC upgrade / purchase. That's all I can tell you, and that's just my personal advice. You might view it differently. You might think like the stepping stone strategy is good, where you say your ultimate goal is a 1080 Ti, but for now you're just going to get a 1070 until those prices drop, blah, 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 sell the 1070, get that. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying my personal advice is if you wait, you will probably have more money to get a better upgrade down the line. So that was it for my video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you agreed with some of these reasons or disagreed with some of these reasons, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'm always open to hear some feedback from you all. And other than that, what did you think about my reasons? And if you have another reason that you might want to hold off for a PC, or if you have a good reason to buy a PC right now, then feel free to let me know. That would be another great thing to leave in the comments below. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Peace out.